Alrighty, guys. So we are here at the grand finale. Oh, who the hell is shooting? Oh, it's that chick. I was about to say, my guy. Explain yourself. Oh yeah, this is where she dies. This is where she dies. Okay, maybe not. Maybe. Oh, she's trying to escape. She is trying to escape. And it happening, my guy. I don't know what the hell is going on with that thing. Oh. I'm seeing what's happening right now, bro. So, essentially, we're going to shoot these things off. It's going to land on the helicopter. And I'm going to assume that she can't escape. So then we have to kill her then. Kind of like the other dude. The guy that was on top of the buildings and stuff. Like, we had to chase him and keep shooting at him and stuff. Because he kept running away. I kind of feel like this is what this is going to be like. Oh my god. Bro, where did you guys even come from? I feel like that's gonna be what happens. Like we gotta knock the plane down so that she'll get out, and then we'll fight her. But let's go, baby. Damn, I was about to sit there and say this tower. Okay. Do I shoot it down? Okay, maybe not. Hang on. Hang on. Wait, is there a button that we gotta press? Oh wait, there it is. Do we shoot this? Maybe we shoot inside? Maybe not? Okay. Okay, 30 seconds, hold up. I don't even know what the fuck we're supposed to... The button thing didn't work, so maybe we just blow the fucker up? Aha! There we go. We did it, boys. Alright, here we go, baby. It's time to get our vengeance. We're gonna blast this bitch into oblivion, bro. I'm going to sit there and freaking use my sniper rifle and just blow her dome piece straight off her head. This is going to be the most satisfying revenge story this world has ever fucking seen. Alright, there we go. Alright, now she's gonna have to get out. And we're gonna fucking kill her, right? Wait. No way. This cannot be the fucking end. What the oh my brother. Okay, I mean, I guess she falls into a fiery death, but then we don't know any, like, we don't get any fucking backstory about what the fuck happened. Okay, I'm assuming it explodes. It doesn't fucking explode? What the fuck is that? Nah, hell no. That cannot be the fucking end of the game. Brother, what is this bullshit? We have fought almost every boss with our own guns. Like, you've got to be shitting me. And it doesn't even explode? So this whole fucking part of me trying to get this bitch was for a lame-ass communication tower to fall on her fucking helicopter? Nah, bro.
They were all dead.
Brother,
Gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything.
this is the worst boss fight in the history of fucking gaming.
My finger from the trigger. And then it was all over. The storm seemed to lose its frenzy. The ragged clouds gave way to the stars above.
Max Payne, this is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. We've got the building surrounded. Throw down your weapons and lie down with your hands behind your head.
A bit closer to heaven. The cops' voices were distant and muted.
Freeze! NYPD! Hold it right there!
My ghosts released me from their haunting. Down below, New York City glittered like diamonds on black velvet.
You gave us one hell of a ride. Take him down to Central Booking.
You heard the man.
Woden was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines. It wouldn't be over till the man with the patch would say so. He'd say the right words. I knew he would. He'd better. Woden grinned smugly. It was the grin of a winner. That made two of us.
Alrighty, guys. So that was Max Payne. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that. But I guess now you could sit there and say it is time for my overall thoughts on the game. So originally, I don't know if you guys remember this or not. I had talked about playing a new game that I was going to start for the channel, which was actually Max Payne 2, but I originally played it on the PlayStation 2. And just like most people from like Reddit and stuff like that, it was very dark, very glitchy. If you remember the part of the bar where the dude is talking with the chick, and a bunch of guys come out, and usually you can go to that side wall next to the bathroom, even though that door is locked. Well, I got a glitch where I glitched into the wall, and every single time I tried to reload, it would just reload me out of the game, like out of the bounds, so I could never get back into the game. And a lot of people, unfortunately, have dealt with that problem. And it was only after they put out the HD versions for the Xbox and PC that a lot of guys were able to fix it. Certain parts of the game were just so dark. I was like, I am not feeling comfortable putting this out for everybody else to enjoy, even though it is a classic. My biggest issues was that Rockstar, during the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era, they basically put out an emulated version of Max Payne 2 and didn't fix any of the problems, whereas when they did it with the Xbox and PC versions, they gave them the fidelity, the lighting issues were taken care of. Obviously, you guys see that it's quite better lit, and the coloring is actually a whole lot better. And I can never get behind that. As far as PlayStation should have gotten the same quality that all the others got, and I really don't like when companies do that. Especially when they just remaster something or put it out. You know, like Skyrim or The Last of Us. It's like all you're doing it basically for is nostalgic reasons and to get money. The fact that PlayStation 2 fans sat there and bought this game for $15, like I think I bought it when they had announced that they were closing the stores to the PlayStation 3, so they had like this huge sale that went on. So I bought it then. I think it was like $3, and so I did play because I have the physical copies of the original Max Payne 1 and 2, but they were just really dark and I could not play them. And then I had that glitch. And like I said, I don't think that it's fair that PlayStation fans did not get the proper updated stuff that Xbox and PC fans got, because I believe that everybody should have the same way of playing the game. Like, you should have the same graphics as every other console and stuff like that. Obviously PC can do better because they just have, you know, a higher graphics card and stuff like that. So I'm not sitting there saying that they should be pigeonholed, but at least on the consoles it should be, you know, kind of neutral across the board. But unfortunately they didn't do that, so I took this as a very big negative, at least for me personally. And, you know, like I said there and said, like, everybody should be able to play the same game and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And then the story of itself, man, from the Mafia starting point and everything that happened with our wife and everything like that, it was great. I could have easily given this game 7.58, even with all the PlayStation issues and everything else that came with the game. I could sit there and easily give the game that kind of a rating because it was that freaking good. It kind of reminded me a lot of like Die Hard meets Dirty Harry, you know, where a cop is just basically, you know, doing his own thing to give out his own justice and stuff like that. So I was really enjoying the game. It was fantastic. And then the fucking second half is like a completely different writer fucking made this game. I don't know what the fuck happened. We went from the Mafia to fucking a military base that we randomly came across. We have no idea who the hell fucking put us there, because we got on top of the roof, and I'm like, how in the hell did we get here? Because there's no way in hell that the facility would just allow us to just randomly teleport over here. And then, you know, we get to the mansion that's technically owned by this secret society called the Inner Circle. And then, you know, how the hell did Horn get there? And then we fight the trio. And you know, it's just fucking everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. I really sit there and think that this game, from the Mafia standpoint, was fantastic. And then the later half of the game is just like fucking just random shit that makes no sense whatsoever. And one of my biggest problems with the game itself was that they took something from the Matrix. And I read an article that sat there and said that they thought that it was just cool, quote unquote. And it was like, why didn't you guys do anything to make it your own? Like, The Witcher 3 has a dodge mechanic, but you can sit there and do abilities. You can block. They made it their own. You could have easily sat there and said, like, hey, a perfect bullet dodge, you know, gets you increased, you know, ability to shoot more bullets, or, you know, you got a little percentage of armor, or, you know, 3 perfect dodges in a row can get you an extra painkiller or something. You know, make it your own. Just don't steal it from a different franchise because you think it's quote unquote cool. Which was a really big issue for me, because like I said, it is a cool concept, but they could have done so much more with it than just steal it and then call it something else called bullet time. I really don't like when games just steal. And I don't mind if you're inspired by something and that makes you, you know, make your own game or aspect of that ability, because Resident Evil and Silent Hill are pretty much the godfathers of survival horror. I don't think you could ever sit there and mention survival horror without those two franchises, right? And then everybody else made their own version of survival horror. And so I just wish that they would have done something like that in this, but they didn't, unfortunately. And the Mona story makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. We have a equal enemy where we kill her twin sister's abusive mafia husband, right? And instead of being like, oh, thanks, Max Payne, we got him together, she sides with Horn and then gets contracted to kill us, which makes absolutely no sense. Like, you sit here and you're like, oh, she's going to be on our side. Nope. She takes the money from Horn and is like, oh, I'm going to assassinate him and kill him because I'm going to side with you because, you know, lo and behold, you guys are quote unquote right. And then she gets shot in the head. And I'm just like, bro, this does not make any fucking sense. Like, first off, who the hell sat there and picked her up? Because if you get shot in the head or shot anywhere, most people are not going to be able to sit there and walk around by themselves. I mean, they might until the adrenaline wears off, and then they're just sitting there. I mean, I even asked my mom about this, and I was like, she's like, we've had people in the OR die from getting shot in the shoulder, okay? And there's no vitals near the shoulder. So to get shot in the head, you have a better chance of seeing the Easter Bunny, the damn Jesus, and Santa Claus playing freaking high stakes poker than that. And it just kind of just took me into a different conversation of how the hell is the next game about them. Mona, Max Payne 2 is about Mona and Max, and it's just like, bro, you should be dead. So I instantly sat there and was like, bro, this is, I don't know who wrote this second half of this game, but it is fucking terrible. And then the military facility, like I said earlier, it's just like, there's no way that we just walk up into this like military facility, and then it's like, oh, the drug, and it's kind of like, okay, that's cool, but you know, we find out that it was canceled because the results were bad. But what did the results sit there and show? Any game, whether it be Resident Evil or any game with pharmaceuticals or anything like that where it goes bad and it goes things like you find out the stuff that goes on. Even a game like freaking Metal Gear, which talks about other military stuff that's going on, gives you details about what the hell is going on. This game is just like nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Like, and the other thing is like other games like Metal Gear 1, plenty of other games like GoldenEye, they give you like little information that tells you what you're supposed to do. It doesn't just leave you to guess what the hell it is they want you to do, because there was parts of the game that I was single-handedly just stuck because I was like, what the fuck do I have to do? And I had to go online in order to figure it out because it doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you a compass. And so you're just basically left with not knowing what the fuck you're doing at all. And because I know certain people in the comment section are going to be like, this is because you suck at games. Well, I had my friend's nephew who plays COD. He's played a bunch of other first-person shooters like Far Cry and everything like that. Play the game. I let him play on my Xbox and everything like that. And he got to the same part that I got to, where in the when you get back to the hotel, you're supposed to, quote unquote, push this button. But it doesn't tell you that shit. So for an hour, he's walking around like, where the fuck else am I supposed to go? And I said the exact same shit. And this dude plays more fucking games than I do. And I'm left with, okay, so he had the same problem. And it's very hard to sit there and like a game that gives you bare bones shit. And it's like a game that's like from old-ass NES games give you a fucking compass or a direction or a mini map to show you where the hell to go. And this game is just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And so the other thing that I wanted to talk about this game was like the inner circle. How the fuck is it that you have this secret society that has enough power to sit there, right? I have killed so many cops, FBI agents, God knows what else I've done. I've taken this Valkyr narcotic 2 or 3 different times, and it's like, hey, if you take out Horn, we could easily sit there and take all of your crimes away, and you're perfectly good. And it's just like, how the fuck is it that you guys, because Horn used to be a member of their inner circle, how is it that you can have all this power and you can't take out one fucking pharmaceutical boss? Like, it is insanity to me that this is what is going on in this game. Because it's just like, bro, this makes no fucking sense. You know, there are different societies in the real world, like whether or not you believe in Illuminati or whatever like that, that do stuff that people are just like, oh yeah, they had a hand in that. And it's just like, okay, cool, you know, maybe that society exists, maybe it doesn't, who knows? But at least if they want to get shit done, they get it done. This game is just like, hey, we don't want to get our hands dirty, quote unquote, but we have enough power where we can go to the federal government and be like, yeah, bro, he didn't do any of that stuff. Well, we have 1,000 bodies at the morgue. Well, that wasn't him. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. And it's one of those things where you're just like, bro, come on, man. Like, you know, even in Die Hard, where you find out like certain things that happened in that movie, you're just like, damn, they had that much power and they got that much shit done, and the city and shit didn't even know about it or didn't even try to do anything about it. And it's just like, this game is just like, yeah, we're not going to sit there and make people actually understand what the hell this game is trying to do in the later half. Because like I said there and said, the mafia part of the game is fucking fantastic. And then don't get me started on the whole BB situation, because it's like, oh, let me set up a meeting with Alex and Max. So Alex and Max don't call each other and be like, hey, bro, did you set this meeting up? Like, if Success was like inviting someone to a barbecue, say his closest friend, right? And then his closest friend invited me, most normal fucking people would go, hey, Success, your best friend, your other really close friend, offered me to go to the barbecue. Is that cool? Like, most people would sit there and fucking call, because hell, you don't know. He could be, you know, trying to meet up with a hooker or something like that. And then like Max Payne comes up and my man's just trying to get his freak off. And he's like, yo, Max, why the fuck did you come? He's like, well, BB told me to come. You know what I'm saying? So it really just doesn't make any sense at all, because it's just like, you know, that right there would have already put up red flags for me. But this game is just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. And so it's just like leaves your head scratching, like who the fuck made this second half of the game? Although that is in the first part, but it's okay because it's kind of like leaves you questioning who it might be. So it has like a give and take type of thing to it. And then the fucking boss fight is the fucking worst boss fight I think I've ever had to witness in my years of playing any game. Like, not only do she mention our wife, right? But she doesn't, because we get this little snippet in the storyboard, which is, she's like, oh, Valhalla and all this other stuff, but that is it. And it's just like, okay, did she go to the cops? Did she do anything? Like, you don't fucking know, because no one fucking tells you anything in this game, because like I said, the second half of this game, it is like they give you no fucking information about why his family was killed, what's going on. You have to go to a fan Wikipedia site in order to get the information that you need, because the game doesn't fucking do it, which is terrible writing. I mean, like I said there and said, we killed the final boss. We've killed every boss by our own hands, technically. I mean, it was with guns, but technically it was with our own hands. And we have a telecommunicator tower fall on this bitch in a helicopter and kill her. We don't know, you know, because other bosses that we've killed, right, they've told us information about someone else or stuff that's been going on or other information that we needed and stuff like that, and it, you know, shows us the story unfolding and stuff like that. This didn't give us shit. We didn't fight her. We didn't do anything. And I'm just like, bro, this is probably one of the worst boss fights in history of gaming. Like, I'm just like, bro, we got no information. We got no reason. Like, why did she sit there and make it from military aspect to a, you know, recreational drug? What evidence did they have that it wasn't working? What's going on? Because I looked online to sit there and see what kind of performance enhancing drugs could give you that quote unquote high, like LSD and stuff like that, and I found no evidence. So how do you go from performance enhancing, we want you to get your morals and we're gonna make you a superhuman fucking soldier, to, oh yeah, now we're gonna make you super high? Because I was looking up the stuff and it's almost impossible to switch, because the compounds that you would have to use, as far as like, I looked at, you know, I went to a .gov health site, so I mean, take that with you what you will, but it was just like, you know, the game should have told us this information. And then, not to mention that this girl essentially admitted to killing our family, and we just were like, yeah, a telephone pole or a communication tower falling on her justifies it. And then the fucking helicopter does not even fucking explode. It just falls. And then Wooden is just looking at us with a smile like, oh yeah, I'm going to be playing with Max Payne's cheeks tonight in jail, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And it's just like, bro, this game started out fire as fuck. I was like, bro, Max Payne, the beginning parts, like fucking Dirty Harry, freaking Die Hard. I'm like, I'm 100%, you know, I'm there for it, everything. And then it's like the later half of this game, someone else fucking wrote. Like, I don't understand this game second half at all. Like, it went from a really fucking good game to like, man, 7.5 easy. And I could only imagine how great the game is going to be in the second part. Even Mona is alive, and it makes sense that they have like this little love story. Now we know she got her fucking dome piece blasted off and should be dead, but now somehow miraculously, you know, she apparently asked her grandmother to give her some voodoo fucking spell, and oh my god, she's alive. It's just like what Success said about Carl. Like, once that shit happened, I was just like, bro, not only did you get shot as a kid, you got shot as an adult, and like, bro, you should have died then. And when he got shot in the chest, and then you get shot in the eye, and I'm like, what? I'm like, brother, come on, like, what are we even doing here now? Like, you know, but it's it's just sad because like the game for the first part was so fucking good and I was really enjoying myself and shit. And then, like I said there and said, it just fell apart. And unfortunately, this is the part of the video where I give the grade that I feel like this game got, is a 5 out of 10. It just, the graphical issues, the glitches in the PlayStation 2 version, not having PlayStation get the same stuff that Xbox and PC got, the story being all over the fucking place in the second half, not getting any information as far as the story developing, having to go to a fan wiki in order to understand what the fuck the story is trying to tell me, not having a compass or directional, information at all, the drug use, like from performance enhancing drugs to make military super soldiers to narcotics, it just didn't make any sense. And then the really bad boss fight that told us no information like the other bosses did, is sadly to sit there and say this gets a 5 out of 10, which is why I did not easily jump into Max Payne 2, because this game left such a dissatisfying taste in my mouth that's why I pivoted and wanted you guys to sit there and vote for the next game, because it is clearly going to take me a while to kind of get over this fucking game, unfortunately, because like I said, the first part of this game I fucking loved to no end. Even though it had all the problems that it did for PlayStation 2, I was going to give it a passing grade and be like, yo bro, you should definitely fucking play this game. Second half, fucking, I don't know what the hell was going on, but hopefully you guys really enjoyed the Max Payne game. As a first playthrough, I really do enjoy it for the first half. I do recommend people playing it. If you do want to sit there and play the Max Payne, series and stuff like that. The movie did just as bad because, like I sat there and said, the second part of this fucking game makes no sense. And in the movie, that's how I got introduced to Max Payne. I didn't even know it was a fucking video game, but when I watched the movie, I was just like, bro, this fucking movie makes no fucking sense. And then playing the game, I can see why now. And unfortunately, the first half, like I've been saying, was really fucking good with the whole mafia aspect because it flowed so fucking well. But that is it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. The new game should come on Monday. We have our Saturday and Sunday games that we are trying to finish up. But I want to sit there and say thank you guys for all the love and support on this series. I almost said franchise, but we haven't finished it yet. If you guys have any rebuttals or, maybe I missed something and you guys can explain it better than me, respectfully, of course, always down for conversations in the comment section. Because like I said there and said, maybe I missed something in the game. I did go to the fan wiki to actually get a lot of the information that I needed because like I said, the second half of the game just didn't really fucking tell me anything. But like I said, I appreciate all the love and support as always. Be safe out there and peace.